Eagles are among the most amazing creatures that God has created. In fact, the wisest man of all, Solomon, he himself wrote in the book of Proverbs, there are three things that are too wonderful for me to understand. Yes, four things. Number one, he started with, was the way of an eagle in the air. Golden and bald eagles are the largest of the eagle species and most powerful birds in the air. Upon close range, eagles look fierce, they look proud, they look as though they have a serious attitude problem. But as they soar in the air so high and so gracefully, we cannot help but just admire the sheer elegance with which an eagle flies as it surveys the terrain looking for its food. I have heard many people describe the rejuvenation process that an eagle goes through during its life cycle. I've heard it being said of how the eagle defeathers itself while it lies in the crevice of the rock so that it can extend its life. I have heard how an eagle, while it flies in the sky and reaches an age, how it takes time out from food, just hiding itself in the rock, rejuvenating itself so that its feathers and talons may grow again. Many people have used this illustration to show how our lives can be rejuvenated and revitalized, refreshed and renewed. Today, I want to tell you that indeed eagles are wise. They are careful to avoid danger. An eagle will not deliberately go into danger unless the life of its young is threatened. Unless the enemy approaches its nest, an eagle will not harm you. Eagles have a long lifespan. They live for more than 50 years. Some bird lovers say, because of the rejuvenation process that it undergoes, eagles can live up to 80 years. They breed for the first time when they are 4 years old. What's amazing about an eagle is that it has one partner for life. It finds its soulmate and remains faithful to this soulmate until it dies. And it dies 40 or 50 years later. Can you imagine being faithful to someone for 50 years of your life? Isn't it amazing? Maybe faithfulness is a sure sign to live long in this world. Maybe faithfulness to our marriage vows can be taken as a lesson from the eagle so that we can live prosperous lives. When it comes to being faithful, David did it wrong in the Bible. Joseph did it right. And yes, faithfulness contributes to long life. When Solomon began to see the eagle flying, he was inspired to pen that it amazes him and blows his imagination. Not only Solomon, Isaiah in the Old Testament, when he was inspired by God to give a message to his people who are being taken away as captives in a foreign land. Isaiah himself likened their journey to that of an eagle. He says in a prophecy that he makes for Israel, he says, even though you are going into captivity, even though you will be slaves for a little while, even though you are not sure of tomorrow, even though you have no security, even though you have everything stripped from you, even though even your very name has been changed, even though your wealth is gone, even though you have broken ties with your family because you were yanked away from them, even though you have lost everything, Isaiah tells his people, but in spite of all this, they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not be faint. What does it mean to mount up with wings as eagles? The Hebrew word for mount up is Elah. and it means to ascend. It means to be lifted up, to arise, to be carried up. It is used in a great variety of senses. When it comes to an eagle mounting up, which means the eagle has to get on top of things. Isaiah had the picture of a storm that was coming, because the Israelites were indeed experiencing a storm in their lives, being taken as captives. And seeing the storm that they were in, Isaiah encouraged these people, saying, but they that wait upon the Lord, in spite of their trials, in spite of their circumstances, in spite of their storms, they will mount up on wings like eagles. When we get back, we'll discover how an eagle does this.